now. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Katie here. We've got our Millionaire Mindset sessions this evening, and I have the amazing Lachlan Matheson with me today. Hey Lachie, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Thanks for having being on the show. And basically, it's really interesting. The reason why I chose Lachie today is because Lachie and I met a couple of years ago, and it was when I was flying with Jetstar and he was flying back and forth from Melbourne to Sydney, and I was looking to move over to Qantas International, and he was working over there. And he also has a very successful business right now that he's working on the side. And we're here tonight to hear about his success so far in the business, and I guess just some little tips on how he does it around his work. I know with COVID at the moment, we're all stood down as flight attendants. However, I guess he's hit the ground running with the time that he's had off to be able to, excel and move forward the business. So, Lachie, I guess we'd love to hear from you about your background, where you've come from and what you were doing or doing previously or still working on.
Yeah, sure. So I guess for me, I've lived now in New Zealand and Sydney, Melbourne. I've had a bit of exposure living in a few different cities, which helped me with my business. But it all started a few years ago when my sister, who owns a cupcake and cake shop in Melbourne called Cake Creations by Kate.
Kate, so must be a great name.
I know. And she's had a lot of media coverage, and she's done extremely well because she started her business at the age of 18 and grew to having 3 stores by the age of 21. So, wow. Super successful. Which is kind of, a challenge for me to look up to and try and follow in her footsteps. But she had a lot of issues sourcing some wholesale packaging for her cupcakes. And we all know that cupcakes need the cupcake box that has the insert because they're quite fragile, so they don't tip over.
Yes, yeah.
And she was growing so rapidly that suppliers couldn't keep up and they didn't have enough stock. And they thought, she's only an 18-year-old, she's, it's just a fad for her. And they didn't believe in her true vision and see whether she was going in the future. Yeah. So eventually places ran out of stock, and she was buying them on eBay and other places for 20% of her sale price of her revenue was going out in packaging, which is way too much. So what I did, I said to her is, look, I have some friends over in China. I have some connections around the world. I'm traveling anyway. Let me see if I can find something for you that suits your needs. And I went searching and I found some suppliers, and we ended up creating some custom pink cupcake boxes, which is super cute.
Oh, wow.
And people walk through the shopping center and you see this pink cupcake box and everyone knows that it's her brand.
Yeah.
So I did that for her, and for a few years, I was still flying at the time for Qantas, and, people were coming up to her and other business owners were saying, I love your quality of your packaging. It's amazing. Where do you get your packaging from?
Yeah.
And she kept telling me, and I was like, look, I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing. And one day I just woke up with this realization that, you know what, I actually want the challenge. I want to have my own business. My parents had an electrical company for more than 20 years. So I guess business is in our blood. And I really wanted to show to myself that, I can be successful and achieve my dreams. And what I wanted was that new, millennial lifestyle, which is being able to have an online business where you can work from anywhere. So I can enjoy the perks, because you should enjoy having a business. And I wanted to enjoy traveling, and I wanted to be able to work remotely. And that's what I've been able to achieve now.
Wow, that's incredible. And I guess that going into that, did you have that sort of fear taking that step? Some people I feel sometimes have that fear because they think, is it going to work? Or how did you get your mindset to get around that, I suppose? Maybe just seeing what your sister had gone through.
Yeah, well, even my sister now, she has 15 employees, and, it all started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's everyone has a fear or something that is in their mind that they think, oh, you know, am I going to be successful? Am I going to make it? Is everyone going to judge me? And these are the questions that you constantly think every night and every day, especially in your first few months when you launch.
Yeah.
But my recommendation to people that are looking at getting a business or starting a business is just get started.
Yes.
It's so easy to hold on for so long and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail. I'm not going to do well. I'm not going to make any money. Do you know what? Just try. And worst case, if you fail, you lose some money or whatever, and failure is in your own mind, of course, then, you know, you can go and earn money again. It's easy to get in reality. Like, it's not a difficult thing to go and get, you know, if you lose $5,000 or 10 grand or 100, depends how much you put into it. But, you know, it's just give it a shot, because otherwise you live with the regret for the rest of your life that you haven't actually tried. And I think that's the worst part.
I think that is, because when we talk about business, and I'm all for, you know, freedom and time and being able to do what you want to do. Obviously exactly what you just said, you can always make more money, but you can't get back more time. So you want to enjoy your life. You want to be able to enjoy what you do and love what you do. So that's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. But I guess that probably answered my second question, you know, how you got involved with Boxed, and how successful it is right now. So that's awesome. But what is the best part about working for yourself and setting up your day? Like, do you sort of feel like because you work for yourself, you have to schedule or set up your day so you have a successful day?
Yeah, well, I mean, my day is very varied. So every day is different, which is amazing. But it also gives me flexibility, especially when normally when coronavirus isn't happening, I can travel for my own business. So I visit manufacturers over in China. I'm visiting clients around Australia, and also, making new friendships and relationships. Like, we're launching into Amazon US and UK. So traveling, setting up bank accounts overseas, things like that. You know, this has to happen. And for me, my schedule is very different every day. So, for example, today I actually had a video shoot for a few hours, which was talking about where I was preparing. We've got to end of financial year sales, so I was filming a video for that, for my business.
Awesome.
And then, like, other things that I do every day. So I wake up in the morning. I try not to look at my phone straight away, because the worst thing is turn off those notifications, and on your phone, just don't look at your emails when you first wake up, because it really you just need 10 minutes just to, like, let your brain wake up and start the day. And then go to your computer, sit down, you know, grab some orange juice or something just to try and get me settled, and go through all of my personal emails for the business, which is working with suppliers, looking at, like, you know, video dates, maybe like anything, communications with the warehouse, that kind of stuff. And then I will move over to the customer support platform and start looking at anything that's assigned to me that I need to deal with. And then any of my staff that have questions, I would be tagged in a conversation, and I need to help them out, to train them better, to help them to answer the questions of the customers.
Yeah, amazing. So you do. And I think that's great advice. Like, we all just reach for our devices when we get up. And because we've become such a technologically, I guess, advanced world now, if you don't sort of get into that mindset straight away, where you sort of, you know, set yourself up for the day, you end up scrolling and looking at what everyone else is doing, and it sort of can distract you, I guess. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, recently I watched a webinar hosted by our partners at Trustpilot, and one of the people on the webinar, very successful, Merlene, she's from Practicology, and she mentioned, don't feel guilty for taking some time out for you. And as an e-commerce owner or a store owner, business owner, whatever the case may be, you always want to do the best by your customers, by your staff, by your partners, by everyone. And it's very hard to switch off or turn off. And Merlene's saying that you can't be available 24/7. You need to schedule time for you to have me time or you time. And, you know, if you have kids, that might be, you know, looking after your kids, or if you have a dog, taking them for a walk. Or for me, I'm still a little bit wild and I like to go out and party or have a few drinks. And, you know, like, that's what I like to do. My sister, she is opposite. When she's worked too much, she just likes to go to bed and sleep and watch TV.
Yeah.
So have that me time.
You do. I think that's really, really important. I think a lot of people have that mindset going, I can't have a business because I've got this, this, and this, but it's all about making sure that you do invest in yourself first before you can give to others. And being Flattertons, as what we share when we say put your oxygen mask on first before you help others, it's totally the same metaphor, I guess, in life. So yeah, I love that advice. That's absolutely incredible. And I guess my last question, which is really, I guess, what everyone wants to know is, what are you excited for the most about the future and for the future of Box and where it's headed?
Yeah, well, there's been so much change recently, and obviously businesses have had to adapt and go with the change. And for us at Box, we've been fortunate that we've actually been extremely busy since the JobKeeper payment was announced for lots of Australians, which has put cash back into the economy. So we've seen our sales drastically increase. And what that means is now I've hired an extra person. So Brianna has joined our team, and she'll be doing a lot of the custom packaging and designing, which is, super exciting. We've got a new biodegradable range that we'll be launching. I think it's really important, now that people have the option and the choice to choose whether they want a biodegradable product. I think we need to be more conscious on what we're using for the environment, and that also starts at us being the manufacturers. We're also launching some new designer range products. So lots of new products, new ranges. And then in the future, with our new website just about to be launched at the moment, which is exciting.
Awesome.
And then travel. Yeah, we're going to be visiting all of our clients all around Australia. We're doing a road trip, well, hopefully via air. I mean, we don't want to drive, but all around Australia.
Once those restrictions get lifted a little bit, hey.
Yeah. So there's so much happening with us. Even, that's probably sums it up on a basic level without going into too much detail.
Yeah, that's so cool. That is awesome, Lachie. And just for everyone that is watching, what is your Instagram page so everyone can take a look at your business?
Yeah, it's called Box, so BOXXD _ packaging, I think. And we have lots of YouTube videos, and we show, visiting customers. And even though some of them may not have been set live yet, they'll be published in the next few months. So I think there's 100 or so videos that have been recorded this year already that are being progressively rolled out. So baking in the kitchens, like with our customers, it's awesome. Yeah,
good fun. Nah, that's awesome. And I guess to wrap it up, I know I didn't really share this question with you, Lachie, before we prepare, but I'm going to ask you this. What's the one piece of advice, though, you would give to someone starting out in their own business, whether that be online or whether that be, in a shop or a cafe, or have you got something?
Yeah, we need to work out what is your USP. So USP is like a unique selling point. So why are you different? Why should people buy from you? So if you're a retail store, think about how can you change the retail industry to be more customer focused. So instead of just having a traditional style shop as we do now, why don't you create an experience? So if you're a clothing store, if people come in, why don't you offer them a champagne and have a fitting with them, and then custom make something for them, or design a collection of things, and then they can come back later on and they'll have 10 different dresses that will suit their needs that they can try on and see how they fit. And if you're an e-commerce store, we're looking at the US, Amazon in US last year, it was more than $300 billion in sales that they generated. So that's soon flowing through to Australia with coronavirus, a lot more sales in Australia for online businesses. So online, you can get started, even if you have another job, which is great, work from home, send parcels at night, that kind of thing. I think just get started. Your website will be very basic when you first start, and you'll probably laugh at it 6 months down the track, but just buy the domain name, start it, just try, and eventually it will get better. It's never going to be perfect. If you wait forever, it will never, ever happen. And that's when you'll feel sad and you'll be like, oh, I wish I would have started earlier.
Yeah. So no regrets, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lachie, for spending the time with us this evening to chat about Box and where the future is headed of Box, which is awesome. So I'd like to say thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me.
And congratulations on all your success and all your success moving forward as well.
Oh, thanks so much. That's so kind. Thank you so much.
We'll see you later. Thanks, Lachie.
Bye.
Bye.